Alright, good morning, guys. Got the opening bell here. I want to see this open at 9:30 opening, sweep these highs here. Too clean. People are comfortable maybe going short here because it bounced off it here and then came off it here, so they're trying to like sell it to them, and they're just going to drive it up and take these out, and then we're going to see what we can get based off of that premise there. Alright, swept those highs as expected. Obviously, it's easy to say that because it was already kind of close to them, but and then there's Thursday's high taken. So this would be previous day's high we just swept. Here, I'm gonna okay, we got that. Now, I'm already pretty content with all the earnings that I got from this week live in front of you guys, but so I'm not going to be aggressively looking for an entry here. I'm just going to more so be focused on just tape reading today, but I may take an entry if I see something clean. And I wasn't here, I wasn't in the markets for this move here, but anyways, so let's see what this 9:30 opening range gives us. NASDAQ, same thing, swept the highs, as well as that Monday high was already swept, and then we swept Thursday's high, and on top of that, let me go to the weekly. We swept this weekly high, so 3 levels of buy side have been swept on NASDAQ. So lots of buy side and not a lot of sell side being swept here. And also, guys, keep in mind that there's going to be an early closure today. I forget when, but there's basically just no PM session. But it's a holiday weekend, Memorial Day weekend, and a lot of weird things can happen on Fridays on an upcoming holiday, so just be more cautious today. And then we have this regular trading hour gap right here as well. You see at 9:30 we just kind of wicked into it a little bit. So nothing telling me to enter right now. This is, and then these 2 lines right here, this is just a old new week opening gap. Friday close, Sunday opening. So you see all this back and forth, chop, chop, chop. So if you take the range, you can see that we're now in a premium within this inefficiency right here. And I'm gonna look at Dow to see if Dow swept that high as well. Yep, same thing on Dow. That Thursday high swept. Dow is very ugly here. Obviously, I never trade the Dow, but yeah, that's not pretty. And then if you look here, this kind of caught my eye here. See how it left this 15-minute order block and it's now displacing higher. So if you go in the lower time range, you'll see it's those 3 candles. See how it wicks down into it? Just like that. So this 8:30 opening drop down, like in my opinion, that looks like that's like very clean. But the only problem is with just like the daily time frame, it being a bank holiday coming up, all those factors. This is just like if you're buying here, that's just like a 50-50 gamble type of situation, in my opinion, because Friday before a holiday, and then the daily time frame as well. So see how we supported that order block and we now traded higher. Now the only problem for upside bias is I don't really have anything I can target other than this new week opening gap right here, which is current week. And then on NASDAQ, we already took out the high. So there's really nothing on NASDAQ that we can target higher for today, because you see we have nope. Nope, not you. I hate when that happens. Goddamn MacBooks. Anyways, we already swept this high. Then we also have this volume imbalance. So we may want to dip into this if we don't find any type of resistance on NASDAQ. Judah swing incoming. Well, I think the Judah swing already happened, which would be this 8:30 candle right here when it traded down. Since we had the high impact news, so this to me is the Judah swing, the 8:30. So like I said, the only thing you could target on the upside is this current new week opening gap, and you see it's gravitating towards that right now. So on the 3-minute, that's a little bit clearer. That could have been a buy right there, but that's not a buy for me with my trading plan, because I'm just not willing to buy in a premium. That's all. And then if you take the entire daily range, you can see it's still in a premium even on that. So this would have been the ideal buy, but obviously I wasn't in front of the charts at the 8:30 news release. The NASDAQ, same thing. Check the 2 minute. So once again, if we really just keep going higher, maybe not today, but maybe like into next week we'll draw into this level here, which is the weekly level. And then if you take a look here, there's this 4-hour gap. No, I'm not gonna mess with it. So we traded into that, and the next thing it's gonna target is, what's that price point? 418875, I believe it is. So until we get to the main terminus here, there's nothing I can frame in terms of a setup, if it even gives another setup at all today. Once again, it's the day or Friday before a bank holiday on Memorial Day, Monday. So we can take that off. That was swept, obviously. So depending on your appetite for getting in the market, the long would have been, unless you were here at 8:30, the long after the 9:30 opening, which is right here, that would have been 4169, partial, and then full target right here, 4189. And another thing to note is, take this 8:30 opening, so 8:30 opening right here, you can see when we got back above it, 9:30 traded back below it to accumulate more longs, and then off to the races. Then also I do want to get this level on the chart here. I know I have a lot of lines here. So along with the 4189, we have that order block on the daily. Which color to use? Yeah, that'll be fine. And there we go. Nope. Don't like that either. I'll just stick with yellow. So we're finding initial support, or not support, resistance at the daily fair value gap high right there. That doesn't mean anything to me yet, but as you know, it's just a waiting game here. Are you trading the silver bullet? I mean, like I said, we just have to wait and see if price gets the setup. I don't come into the marketplace. I'm like, oh yeah, I want me a silver bullet. That's my only model. I mean, it works for other people, I guess, but there's a lot more to trading than this. Just trading any fair value gap and then saying you want to target this level. Like, I just think it's I just feel like whenever someone talks about the silver bullet, it just sounds way too simple when it's like it's really not that simple, because there could be silver bullets set up in both directions and you don't know which one is gonna hit. So it's kind of like, obviously I don't look at it as a silver bullet. I analyze the entire market, and I'm looking for setups from 8:30 to 11. Anything past that, I'm not considering. So let's see if it wants to trade up off of this and then go into that new week opening gap and the daily order block level. So if I go up one slide, you'll see this area right here. NQ just grinding higher towards that weekly level I had annotated. Let's go back up here. So yeah, I think we're gonna be reaching into that today on the NASDAQ. Now it's just the waiting game, the boring part of trading, where you just gotta sit and watch. And the way I had a decent idea that we were going to be exceedingly bullish is go back to this. Right at the 9:30 open, it just dips right into the regular trading hour gap just a little bit and then races higher. And see if it did that on NASDAQ as well. Oh, nope. But, well, I guess it wicked into it a little bit, but you get the point. And see how efficient this price leg is here right now? It just keeps wicking back and forth, closing it in. So that shows it most likely wants to keep continuing higher. And then I'm going to go look at dollar. So dollar is kind of moving in tandem. So not really going to be much help to me. So yeah, I'm not going to look at dollar then. Whenever the indices in dollar are moving in the same direction, it's better just to not even look at dollar, honestly. What's going on, Augustin? Glad to have you here. So obviously everything I'm outlining here, it's just annotations and tape rating and without any real risk because I'm not placing a trade right now. But you can see price is pretty much traded exactly how I said it would since the 9:30 opening. So sweep these highs, come back, dip into the order block, and then make another high here, and then past that I said the only draw I see is the order block and the new week opening gap here, which is this red bold line here. And we've now entered the macro, the first AM session macro. Well, not the first. The first is 8:50 to 9:10 right there. So we've just entered the first macro after the 9:30 opening. ES is at the daily order block now. Well, I'll be the judge of that. Well, yeah, it's at the wick, but I don't really look at the wicks. I look at the bodies with order blocks. So, yeah. The line I have annotated is annotating the body, not the wick. And I think I may be a little off on it. Yeah, I am. There we go. Perfect. So even if this does pan out right here and it goes higher from this inefficiency and then into my targets, that doesn't really mean anything. Like, it may be a good buy in hindsight, but to me this is not somewhere you should be going long. I mean, that's just chasing price, because it could easily just stop you out and come the whole way back down to this or this order block. So at that point it's just like a gamble. So and in the 5 minute you see it wicks down. Got the boner candle on the hourly. Nah. Nasdaq. So I think it'd be reasonable for it to retrace down into like about here, maybe here. So very boring right now, for now. Be patient. Just wait. We'll be lucky to even get a setup today. Because it's Friday before a bank holiday. So as I said, it can easily just wick down, come down to one of these inefficiencies or even down to this order block. And you see it did that now. So anyone that bought here and foolishly put their stop loss below here, we're just taking out. Oops. So I'm not gonna. I wouldn't be able to buy up into my targets here unless we get to some type of discount here. So if it offers it, it offers it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not forcing any trades. So, yep, there's the targets hit right there. You see that? Obviously, that doesn't mean much because I didn't execute on it. It's easier than you think to just like outline stuff without any real risk and, you know, come back and say I told you so whenever it hits, you know, whatever. But nonetheless, there's the targets hit. And it happened within the macro, obviously. And then Nasdaq really just grinding higher towards that higher time frame target I had outlined ahead of time. And yes, Nasdaq is very bullish. Exceedingly bullish. Let's take a look at Dow. So pretty much same thing, except Dow just didn't make that higher high there like the other indices did. So see, as soon as it hits my target, it instantly just trades off. Can you show what you consider the current premium discount range? So I can go ahead and show you like the 3 others, but so if you take the 930 low to the high, and as of right now, this is our premium discount range. So if this high gets established right here, this is our range. So yeah, just using the 930 low. But then if you go over here, hold on. There we go. Use the London low to the high. That would be the range for the 830 opening there. So yeah, targets hit. Let's see if it offers some type of support here, or I keep saying support, resistance. So we just took out this high as well. So we now have 1, 2, 3, 4 premium arrays traded into. So the order block, the previous Friday's closing here, or the current week's, or last week's Friday's closing, sorry. This 4-hour imbalance and the high of this daily fair value gap. So that's 4 we've hit. And then NASDAQ, still looking to see if it can dip up into here. So this higher time frame level wasn't marked like 5 minutes ago. It was marked when we were like trading down here. Do you think this is uncorrelated NASDAQ bullishness? It's just a trap? I mean, it could be. To the moon. Nah. It could be. We just have to see if we get some type of resistance at these higher time frame targets I had, and see if it offers us some type of setup. So right here we want to see it expand up into 14151.25 precisely. So obviously it's never an ideal morning whenever you miss, quote unquote, miss a big move like this. And you have to sit through, you have to wait longer, but I mean, it happens. You're not going to catch every single move. Man, everyone's obsessed with this silver bullet. Thanks for letting us all know, Travis. Man, everyone's obsessed with this silver bullet, though. I mean, damn. I think it's a very gross oversimplification of a model. A lot of people that'll see an imbalance, they'll trade that, and they'll be like, "Oh, I'm going to target this lower high," and they'll get stopped out, and they'll be like, "Wait a minute, I thought this was a silver bullet that happens every single day." Well, there's a lot more that goes into trading than simply just trading an inefficiency to a high or something like that. If it was that easy, everyone would be millionaires. So and we haven't seen like a crazy amount of like just trending days that there some days it'll just keep going higher and there will be no retracement at all. You're waiting for that retracement all day and it never comes. And on those days, you're not going to find a high probability silver bullet. because it's just continuously grinding higher. So the 8:30 opening did its job, 9:30 opening did its job, and we're gonna have an early closure because of the bank holiday coming up. Okay, so more than likely NASDAQ got to our higher time frame level. Oh, almost a little tick away from it. Yeah, in my opinion, I think that I think the silver bullet, quote unquote silver bullet, is gonna do more harm to the community than it is good, because they think they're just gonna come from 10 to 11 a.m. and just trade any inefficiency, and it's gonna go to a high. That's I'm sorry, but it's not that easy. I'm sorry. I know you want it to be easy, quick, fast money like they show you on Instagram, but it's not how it works around here. And if it did, nobody would be teaching anything, and they would all be rich, and you would never hear from them. So so this is a weekly level, simply just this volume imbalance right here. I had this marked out about an hour ago. But once again, me calling out this level and it trading to it doesn't mean anything at all, because I have zero execution. So, yes, I missed the move. No, I'm not worried about it. And then if we go back here, obviously we're exceedingly bullish. I said the only way I'm going to get long is if we get to some type of discount, and we didn't get that. It just wicked down, took those out here who was chasing price, and then it's grinding higher. Yeah, I don't really know the specific time, but there is going to be an early closure, and it might be at noon. I don't know. But either way, especially on bank holidays, I wouldn't be considering anything past like 10:45. They need to learn about the iron bullet. What's the iron bullet? No, but seriously though, if you go back and look, there's quote unquote silver bullets that can happen going both directions some days, and one of them are going to pan out and one of them aren't. So it's not enough to just simply say, all right, well, we're in that 10 o'clock hour, and there's an FVG right here, and I'm going to target this high. That's not enough. If it was that simple, I promise you, things would be a lot different, and the markets would be shut down. So it's just people are too naive and think everything's it's just gonna come easy, but that's not how it works. So as what's his name? ES midway point of the New Week opening gap. We didn't quite get to it, but technically, yeah, relatively we hit the consequent encroachment of that. Long every fair value gap, no matter what time or where. That is a lot of people's logic. You'd be surprised. Lead bull. Lead bullet blows your account. That one is popular. Yeah, for sure. Give me some of that lead bullet. What would the lead bullet be? So, nah, I'm not gonna go back, but I could pull up so many examples of where, uh, just someone would be like, oh, well, that's a silver bullet. I'm gonna trade that, and it stops them out. There's a lot more that goes into it than that. I promise you. So look what we have here. We have 3 drives higher now. 3 drives. So, and we're at the consequent encroachment in the new week open gap. So if we don't find any type of resistance here, I would say we're probably not going to get that retracement we're looking for, and that would kind of wrap up the week here, and we'd come back Tuesday. And let's see if we dipped into that weekly level. Yes, indeed, we did. Beautiful. Enter at the first 9:30 candle, lead bullet. I think you're onto something there. Yeah, man. See that fair value up right there? Short that. You a soup fan? Turtle soup you're referring to? Yes, sir. I love soup. So yeah, pretty much all our objectives have been hit. I'm not looking for anything more on the upside. Everything I was looking for was hit. See that order block we're digging into now. So all the upside objectives have been hit. So if the market doesn't lend us any type of reversal setup, then lost my train of thought. So if it doesn't offer us any type of reversal setup here between 10 to 11, then we simply just don't have a trade today. That's all. Obviously I wasn't able to execute down here or here. Hell of a setup this AM. I agree, yeah. Right at this 8:30 Judah swing down here. I prefer OTE over 2022 model. I can understand why you would prefer OTE. OTE is very clean. It's not just a pattern for pattern's sake. It's a little bit more advanced. 2022 model, on the other hand, it's kind of like a pattern trading if you don't have like the other tools that you need, and higher time frame narrative and whatnot. So I saw a post on Twitter that one day. Drop this man a like, people. Yes, sir. What he said. Appreciate you, Daniel. And I'll be the first person to buy your course. I need that lead bullet. Everything I've learned from the past 3.5 years is not enough. I need that next new toy, new flashy bullet that's gonna make me a millionaire just by simply trading a pattern. Because I mean, if you think about the 2022 model, it really is just pattern trading. Like I said, I was looking at, well, not without higher time frame narrative and your other tools, obviously. Don't get me wrong, but I saw a post on Twitter. It said the 2022 mentorship created a lot of liquidity, but also created a lot of liquidity hunters, which I 100% agree with. A lot of people are going to lose money with that if they don't bring in everything else that you need that goes into it. And the funny part is all the technicals and all the analysis in the world you can have, but at the end of the day, what determines the success with trading is the psychology and the risk management. So it's not meant to be easy. If it was easy, you'd be seeing a lot more millionaires here. Took me 3.5 years just to find my personal model, so the high of this current new week opening gap is the absolute last line of defense. If we trade above that, then I'm done. I'm not, what time is it? 10:20. I'm not going to be looking for any reversals, and I believe this may just be a day where continuously grinds higher and then it closes at the early closure, and then we go into the Memorial Day weekend. So for me personally, Monday through Friday, obviously I'm live streaming almost every single morning. I'm in the charts every morning, Monday through Friday. Saturday, I always just is when I take a day off completely from looking at any chart. I think it's beneficial. It's not good to just be staring at the screen every single day, 24/7. It's definitely good to get away from the markets for a little bit. And if you guys haven't already, my 2 most recent videos, I have quote-unquote ICT mentorship episode 2 and 3. And I have executions in there from my previous live streams. And if you watch them, I think you'll learn a good bit of stuff there. I think I have some good stuff in there. So here, I'm going to go back. I'm trying to find an example. Alright, so take this Tuesday, for instance. So, okay, yeah, I'm going to go back to Tuesday. Bear with me here. So, for the people who are obsessed with Silver Bullet, this is Tuesday. This is 10 to 11 a.m. Are you seeing any type of high probability Silver Bullet? It's just a choppy range, and then you don't get anything high probability until we get to the PM session. So let's say you have this gap right here. You buy that, and it comes up to this high. Yes, but that's not high probability. This is only good in hindsight because I'm talking about it after the fact. Let's go back. Wednesday. Now, ICT did a review on this day, and he pulled up like a 15-second fair value gap and said that was the silver bullet. So, if that's his model and that makes him money, you know, I'll let him do him. But me personally, I'm never dropping below a 1 minute time frame. That's just very unnecessary in my opinion. But, so yesterday, obviously, it was just a choppy range from 10 to 11. Now we have 10 to 11 again here today. We're looking at a 1 minute time frame. Is there any high probability, quote unquote, silver bullet at all in here? No. The trade for the day was around 9:34, and then maybe in here. And then by the time you get to 10 to 11, there's nothing high probability at all. So yes, I do take trades within that time window, and that could be looked at as a silver bullet. But I'm not trading that just because it's a silver bullet. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Who's Dan? John. I don't know who Dan is. Short after 10:30. I don't think we're gonna get that today. We're just continuously grinding higher. I don't think we're gonna. This may be a day where we're not gonna get any type of retracement, because there is days like that. I've seen many days where it just keeps grinding higher, and then it just consolidates and then goes into the close. And then we're now above new week opening gap, so that kind of kills all the interest for a 10:30 reversal setup for me. If you were in my live stream yesterday, you would see that we caught that 10:30 reversal setup scalp. So it really just raging higher here, raging. And this is not surprising to me that we had a large range day today, because the banks and whatnot, institutions, they want to get their dirty work done before we close into the holiday. So yeah, all of our targets were hit. My target on the NASDAQ was hit here. Everything was labeled ahead of time. No executions taken though. And then I could take this off. So the order block was hit. New week opening gap was hit. Those are my two targets. And we're just trading right through it. We're not finding any type of resistance. So I feel like I am in that part of my trading journey where I can see where price is reaching for, where the draw and liquidity is, but I don't have the guts to execute it. This is my first time here, and I like what you were saying. You aren't sugarcoating this. There's nothing wrong with that. Obviously you're relatively new. It just takes time, that's all. This doesn't come fast, it doesn't come easy. I can't stand when I see guys on social media saying that trading is the easiest money you ever make, and it's what else do they say? I had something in mind, but I can't stand when people say that this is like a side hustle, or it's that passive income. I can't stand when I see that shit, because it's not true at all. Trading is anything but passive. It takes some fucking work and time, and every single time you're in these charts, you're going through psychological warfare in the morning, and you're battling with yourself. Well, I'm glad to have you here, Sahil. I appreciate the words. And the funny part about everything is, like, people think that once they know all the concepts and have everything down, and they're good analysts, they think that that means they can trade. Sorry, buddy, but all you did was surpass the easy part, which is learning the concepts. That's like your base. That's like whenever you're learning how to trade, like you're building your base there. And then everything after that is the hard part, which is psychology. It's harder to master than you think. Risk management. And just, I don't know, whatever, dealing with losses, personal life issues. The markets aren't always going to be clean as well. Your model's not always going to set up. They're if anyone knows, it's me. Well, if anyone knows, it's us who's been in the markets. You can see that there is going to be times where there's no high probability setups for weeks. So, I mean, look at this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trading days. Nothing high probability there in terms of the higher time frame. Same here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. So see on the daily time frame though, we just completely disregarded this gap and this order block. So to me, the next draw would be up here. Just go with the flow. If you would have longed any fair value gap in this run, you would have had profit. I mean, obviously, yeah, it's easy to say that in hindsight, but that's not the right mindset if you want to be profitable at all. So if you would have longed right here, there's a chance you would have been wicked out here. If you had a tighter stop loss, you wouldn't have got stopped out. But I mean, if you long this, it very easily could have retraced the whole way back down to here or this order block. You don't know. It's a gamble. So, yeah, no. Michael, that is not the right mindset at all. You don't just long any fair value gap in a trend. Obviously, it worked out today, but I'm telling you that it's not going to work out long term. But, hey, if you're making money doing it, whatever. All the best to you. What are your thoughts about Pat's system? Who's Pat? Let me know in the comments who Pat is. Are you talking about... The only Pat I know in the trading industry is Patrick Whelan. So if you're referring to him, from what I see, he makes money with what he's doing. So I applaud him. And I'm actually glad there's people like Patrick out there, because it goes to show that it doesn't matter what you're trading. If you have the right psychology, risk management, consistency over a prolonged period, it doesn't matter what you're trading. You're going to be profitable if you have the proper mindset, psychology, risk management, all that shit. I think he's like trading VWAPs and I don't know what else he does, but he's making money. So it's not the strategy that's making you profitable or not profitable. I can't stand when people say that. They'll be in the comments, they'll be like, yeah, I was trading this strategy and I was just losing money. It's bullshit. It doesn't work. But then I came to ICT and I saw the light. It's the answer, and now I'm profitable. No, it's not what's going on. You weren't profitable because you had shit risk management. Your psychology was not right. You weren't able to deal with drawdown or losses. Like, you guys got to understand. You have to have another perspective with trading. Maybe you don't agree with me, but sometimes you got to look at others, look at things from other perspectives other than your own. All right, let me catch up on the comments here. All right, yep. I'm liking what you guys are saying. So there's a risk that price could have retraced. I often wait for the little liquidity being swept and then just take the risk. Often works out in my opinion. All right. Hey, if you're making money, shit. All the best to you. Until you don't. I think the best representation of Pat's system is done by Thomas Wade. I don't know who Thomas Wade is. He is a momentum trader, really different to ICT. Yeah, obviously I would never trade whatever Patrick Whelan's system is. Obviously I already have my model and concept. Like, I'm not gonna switch. I would never trade what he's trading. But on the other hand, he's making money. I believe he said he made, I think I saw this one video, he made like 7K the other day. So that really, I'm really glad there's guys like him, because it goes to show that everything else is more important, or the concepts is the least important thing in good trading. I can't stress that enough. Like, it's actually crazy how many people think that if they learn a strategy, they're gonna, or if they learn ICT, they're automatically going to be profitable. Not that guy, LOL. Heat map. People use heat maps in trading? Didn't know that. Of course, if you have a setup working, don't change. Everybody is different. I follow a guy, McKinney. His levels are godlike. Shit, I need to tap in with McKinney then. But yeah, you're right. Everyone's different. Everyone's brains are wired different. And in my opinion, I really do think that simply some people's brains are just not wired for live fund trading at all. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you're a good analyst but you simply just can't trade with live funds because the psychological part is not there, I mean, I don't really know what to tell you, but I mean, there's so many ways to find success and so many different routes you can take nowadays. You know, not everyone is going to be a trader, and I mean, that's fine. Hey, since we're just sitting here, can you show me your favorite setup? I know, I haven't done anything. But look, here's the thing. All my targets were hit, and we're just continuously grinding higher, so I'm not really interested in anything else. But, sure. Where should I go? There were some good setups today, but, Do you want me to show you my favorite PM? Do you want to see a PM session? What is your favorite model? My favorite model is whenever we get that Judah swing and I find my setup and I have a target. Obviously, that's a gross oversimplification, but all right. So I'll just show you something from this week. So there wasn't anything crazy clean, so I'm gonna go back here. Honestly, I want to see your toast and jam, baby. All right, man. All right, that was funny. All right, let's go to, this is Wednesday of last week. First thing I'm going to do, outline that opening price. So the best longs are going to be below midnight opening. And then, so all right, so before I go deeper in here, so we have Wednesday here. The target is the buy side, all the buy side liquidity stacked up here. And then if you go on the daily time frame, so that would be, let's see, Wednesday right here. I think so. Maybe not. No, sorry, right here. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, so right here, we are consolidating within this inefficiency right here, and then we wicked off multiple times here. Sell side's been taken down here, and we have all this buy side stacked up here along with this high. So we have Monday, Tuesday makes the low, and then you want Wednesday to have that real expansion. And then obviously ES is just continuously grinding higher. Like I said, there's days where you won't get that retracement you're looking for. It looks like that's going to be today. Anyways, what am I doing here? Right here. So we have this very tiny new week opening gap right here. After the Judah swing, you see how we expanded away from it. And that's a good indication that we're going to go to the next one. And then from there, see how we go to the next one? We move from new week opening gap, new week opening gap. Okay, we got that established. Now let's drop down. I really want to use replay, but replay is super laggy. But anyway. So where's that 930? So look, we had that 930 Judah swing. Everyone's gonna. Here's your silver bullet here. Go short that fair value gap. Target that low. Look at that. Clean stop loss being hit there. Thought Pats was the Michael Huddleston of futures market, not suggesting to change strats. That a bad idea. Just wanted future traders might want to have a look. $9.50 to 10.10 macro. I'm getting there. Hold on. All right, so before I drop down, you see, what was the purpose of it trading down here? Well, everyone that was trading the trend is your friend. All the sell stops from this low, this low, this low, taken out, okay? And we traded into discount. Inefficiency, okay. Now let's go to the 1 minute. Hold on, let me take a peek at this right here. So yep, just continuously grinding higher. I'm sorry guys, I gotta do it the old fashioned way. I don't like market replay. Here we go. Fuck it, I'll use market replay. There we go. Alright, 930 Judah swing, very large Judah swing into a discount array. This dotted line here is the midnight opening, so we return to midnight opening. So where am I getting long here? Well, this up close candle. Breaker. So boom. Get that shift above this high. Comes back down to the breaker. Buy that. Partial somewhere up here. And full profit up here above this high. And what time of day? Someone keeps beeping outside of my house. And this is the macro 950 to 1010. So this right here is my very favorite trading setup. It's obviously a gross oversimplification. There's a lot more stuff I'm bringing into my analysis here with the higher time frame and whatnot. IPTA data ranges, all that good stuff. So yeah, breaker right there. If there wasn't a breaker here and there's a fair value gap, same thing. Trade that, and you have your targets high. So yeah, that right there is my favorite setup. Can erase all that. Take off this stupid market replay. So can someone tell me when the markets close today? Is it 12 or is it later? You trading macro every day? Well, the thing with the word every day is that not every day is a trading day. So, for instance, like a Monday. So if you take a look at this Monday right here, see that? So if I'm trading the macro here, I'm getting my ass smoked. Well, maybe not. Maybe there's something on the 1 minute, but not every day is a trading day. There is about 3 macros in the AM session. They don't always happen every day. Yesterday, the 950 to 1010 macro did not perform. Oh wait, no, it wasn't yesterday. I think it was Wednesday. I forget, but it doesn't happen every single day, but it happens a lot. So earlier from the live stream, you see how I mentioned we left this 15-minute order block, and then once you go down to the lower time frame, it turns into these 3 candles, and see how it wicks down into that and then off to the races. So on the 1 minute, it's much cleaner. See how it just retraces back down into the high end of that, and from there it goes higher. So I just showed you guys my favorite setup from last week. Got any more questions? I'd be happy to answer them in this very boring price action. Well, it's not boring because I mean it's been really large range day here, but 4 p.m. closure. Okay. Yeah, on big holidays, you definitely don't want to be looking at anything past lunchtime. So daily range, we're in a very deep premium now. So like I said, I'm not saying it's going to get there today, but in the future, this would be the next draw. That right there. And then today, if we're going back in hindsight, where would your entries be? So we get that 832 swing down to a discount in efficiency, and there's a breaker right here. Entry would be, well, now it looks super tiny. On this order block right here, boom, enter there. Potential pyramid here. No more pyramids past here because then you're at a premium. 9:30 opening. Buy the order block. And then for me, this is not a high probability entry. It is in hindsight. Don't get me wrong. In hindsight, it is. But if you're longing that is about 4182, and there's open risk, there was a very high chance that it could have came down to this order block. So that would be 7 handles down. So if it would have dipped down into here or here, like the low end here, that would have been a good buy. But we didn't get that, obviously. And then anything past this, if you're trading any of this up here and you're trading that for Vega, whatever, that's chasing price. And that would only be good in hindsight. Hey, good shit, Andreas. Glad you caught that. This is going to be a biblical soup when it shows up. What are you referring to, Jonathan? Biblical soup? My average stop loss is 5 handles. Always 5 handles. No trade today, no sir. I missed the move, man. I'm so mad. No, I'm kidding, but yeah, no, I didn't get any entries today. Did not mean to do that. But if I was in the marketplace after 8:30, which I wasn't, I didn't get here till like 9 o'clock, I would have entered here and here. And then 9:30 would have entered at the high of the order block there. But anything past that, it's just all this is just chasing price. You don't know if it's going to continuously grind higher without it having any retracements. You're only going to know that in hindsight. So if you're willing to chase price and put on that open risk, I mean, you do you. So on ES, you mentioned would stop pyramiding up here because you're in a deep premium. So let's go back. It looks too small right now, so pause. But so if we go back to that 8:30, take our range. So this would be the discount buy. And then this is a reasonable buy because we're still near equilibrium. But then once you get up here, you're in a deeper premium. But as for the 9:30 opening, if you come back here, we now are using our daily range, which is this high to low. So the high we made on Tuesday to the weekly low. And you'll see the 9:30 opening buy right near equilibrium, so that's permissible. But by the time you get, so for the 8:30 dealing range, once you get up here, you're getting closer to the 9:30 opening. You don't know if it's gonna like whipsaw down and then go up. So that's just my experience. So it's better to just wait. So if you can't get a discount buy after 8:30 news, it's better to just wait to the 9:30 opening. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. It's always good to zoom out. Don't get lost in the lower time frames. Oh, another thing that I didn't notice, if you take this 5-minute gap there, let me drop down, you can see it uses it as a balanced price range. See, once it got it, this is a 5-minute gap. See, once it gets above it, hits it, leaves it. Beautiful. Alright, anyways, all my targets were hit today. There was no executions. I'm happy with all the profits I got this week. It's a blessing even to just be in the green going out of the week. So with that, I think that'll end this. I will see you guys. Let me check the economic calendar for Tuesday. Next Tuesday, that is. Okay, so I'll see you guys at 9:30. We have 10 o'clock news. I'll see you guys 9:30 on Tuesday. Have a good Memorial weekend. Enjoy it. Yeah, see you guys.